Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about the second chapter, that is principles of management. Actually, principles are the general guidelines or the fundamentals which helps the manager in decision making. These are the general guidelines which every manager have to follow for the success of the organization. There are different management propounders or management thinkers who have given different principles, but according to your syllabus there are only two propounders, that are Henry Fayol and F.W. Taylor. Henry Fayol has given 14 principles and F.W. Taylor has given 4 principles as well as some techniques also. So let us discuss about the principles given by Henry Fayol. Before discussing the principles of Henry Fayol, first of all let us understand who was Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol was born in France and he was a mining engineer. When he joined the company was not in a good financial background, or I should say that the organization was not in a sound financial position. Henry Fayol converted that bankrupt company into a flourishing company by following his principles. So let us discuss the principles of management. First one is division of work. According to this principle, Henry Fayol said that we have to divide the whole work into small units so that the work can be done in a very effective manner. We have to divide the work in such a manner so that the organization can attain the objective. So we have to give the work, we have to assign the duties only to the skilled person, only to the qualified person. So according to him, we have to divide the work according to the skills and qualification of the employees. So whatever the work is done by them, it is a specialized type of work. And if a skillful person is doing the work, then definitely the work is fruitful for the organization, as well as it helps to avoid the wastage of resources. A skillful person will always utilize the resources in the best possible manner. So according to this principle, we have to divide the work into small units and divide the work according to the skills and qualification of the workers so that the work can be done in a very specialized manner. As you know that there are number of departments in the organization, like HR department, finance department, sales department, marketing department, production department, and so on. Each and every department is specialized in their field. Why we are dividing the organization into small units? Just to get the work done in a very specialized manner. So according to the division of work, we have to divide the whole work into small units and give the work to the people who are specialized in the particular field. Means the person who are skillful in finance, we have to drop them into the finance department. Who are skillful in sales, we have to put them into sales department, and so on. Clear? Second one is parity between authority and responsibility. According to Henry Fayol, he said that we have to divide the work in such a manner so that the authority should not be more than the responsibility and the responsibility should not be more than the authority. First of all, let us understand what is the meaning of authority and what is responsibility. Authority means power to take decisions. Responsibility here means assigning duties. So Henry Fayol said that if you are given work or if you are assigning duties to any of the employee, to any of the department, then you will have to delegate the authority just equivalent to the responsibility, just equivalent to the duties you have given to them. For example, if the sales manager has given the authority to sell, if the sales manager has given the authority to sell 100 units in the market, clear? So he has given the responsibility to sell 100 units. So this is a responsibility, but he has not given the authority to give the discount on these 100 units to different shopkeepers, to different outlets. Some means if you want to sell something in the market, then definitely you have to give special schemes, special offers to different outlets. Then only your product can be sell out. Clear? Many of the people ask that person कि give us discount, give us rebates on particular things, but he doesn't have the authority because his boss has not given the authority just equivalent to the responsibility given. So can he is able to sell 100 units? No, because he don't have the authority equivalent to the responsibility given. So if you are given the responsibility to some people, then definitely you will have to give the authority just equivalent to the responsibility. And second one is, authority should not be more than the responsibility. You are not supposed to give authority more than the responsibility. Is it clear? For example, if you are very near and dear to some employee, or if your friend is working in your organization and you are the boss of your friend, then you are not supposed to give authority, more authority than responsibility, because he can take the benefit out of it. Is it clear? So there should be the parity, there should be the balance between authority and responsibility. Authority should not be more than responsibility, and responsibility should not be more than authority. So this is the second principle given by Henry Fayol. Now this is the third one, that is principle of discipline. Discipline, we are very aware about what is discipline as you are the student. So discipline should be must in your life, and everyone should be in a discipline, whether if a person is a student, or if we are in a general life, then definitely we have to follow certain code of conduct, certain rules and regulations to lead a life. So principle of discipline, according to Henry Fayol, he said that there are certain rules and regulation in each and every organization. Rules and regulation should be there in each and every organization. Clear? And breaking the rules and regulation will always charge some penalties, or the employee will be punished by the organization. So according to Henry Fayol, he said that every organization must follow certain rules and regulation or the ethics of the organization. If they are not following the ethics, rules and regulation, code of conduct prescribed by the organization, then there should be some penalties or punishment. We are not talking about only workers. The discipline should be for management as well as for the workers, both. If the management is committing some mistake, then definitely they are also liable for the penalties or the punishment, because discipline is must for all. Fourth one is principle of discipline, principle of order. Principle of order means whether we are talking about man or whether we are talking about material, everything should be placed on a proper order. For example, in your school, you can find the principal in the principal office. There is a particular place for the teachers, that is a staff room. There is a particular place for books, that is library. Means every person or every material has its own place. So definitely the organization should follow the principle of order so that the time will not be waste. Is it clear? So principle of order suggests that whether it is a man or material, everything should be put or everything should be kept at their particular places, so that to fumble out the things, to search out the things, we are not supposed to waste our time. Next one is principle of unity of command. Unity of command means one head, one boss. Means he is a subordinate, or we can say that he is a boss and he is the subordinate. There is only one head, one boss. One head, one boss. For example, he is the production manager. And he is the finance manager. That person is the executive. Clear? So there are two bosses over a person, that is production manager as well as finance manager. And there is an executive. Production manager is saying that you will have to produce the things, and after producing the things, you will have to sell the things at, you can give 10% discount only. Just leave. This is not a production. I should not say production. Just cut it down because it can be a longer concept. He is a sales manager. Okay. He is a sales manager. He is a finance manager. Sales manager instruct the executive that you are supposed to give 10% discount to the outlet holders. Whereas finance manager is saying you can give 5% discount to the people only, or to the shopkeepers. Now, this is the stage of chaos and confusion for that particular executive, because there are two bosses over that particular person. So if there is two boss over a head, then it will always create confusion and chaos in the mind of the particular person, and definitely he can't achieve the goal. If he will give 5% to the shopkeepers, if he will give 5% discount to the shopkeeper, then sales manager can get angry. And if he will give 10%, then finance manager can get angry. So what is the condition? What he should do or what he should not do? So here the Henry Fayol suggests that principle of unity of command says that there should be one head, one boss. There should be one employee, one boss only, because getting instruction from one boss only always fruitful for the organization, and it will not create any confusion and chaos in the mind of the worker. Next point is principle of esprit de corps. Esprit means spirit, D of, and corps means corporation. Clear? Principle of esprit de corps. According to this principle, he suggests that, as we know that there are two groups in each and every organization, that is workers group and managers group. Clear? Both groups are rivals to each other. But according to esprit de corps, Henry Fayol says that we should remove this I. We should remove this I with we. If you want to do the work in the organization, then always use the word we in place of I. Clear? It means that there should be the team spirit. Workers should understand the management's problem and management should understand the workers' problem. Workers should always be ready to hear the management, to listen the management, as well as management should always be there to hear or to listen the problems of the workers. Then only the organization can be run in a successful and smooth manner. So if you want to run any organization, then there should be the team spirit among the workers as well as the management group. There should be the mutual understanding between both the groups. Then only the organization can survive and can be on a better track. So we should not use the word I if you are working in the organization. We have to replace this I with we. There should be the mutual understanding between both of them. There should be no complex or there should be no issues between both of them, because both workers group as well as management group, both are important for the organization. Clear? Next one is principle of unity of direction. Principle of unity of direction means, as you know that there are number of departments in the organization like HR department, finance, marketing, production, sales. All the departments have their independent plans. They have independent plans. There is a saying in unity of direction, one head, one plan. Every had their own plan, every had their independent plan. But in chapter 1 I told you that every department is interlinked and interdependent on each other. It is good that everyone is having their independent plan, that is good, but they will have to coordinate and cooperate with each other, because ultimately they all have to go in the same direction, that is to attain organizational goal. Clear? All of them have their independent plans, that is good, but the plan should be made in such a manner so that they all will cooperate and coordinate with each other and will go in the same direction, that is to achieve organizational goal. So I hope these 7 principles are understood by you. Again I am giving you a summary. Principles are the general guidelines or the fundamentals which every manager have to follow or should follow, and which helps in decision making also. Henry Fayol has given 14 principles, that is division of work. According to division of work, we have to divide the whole work into small units and give the work according to the qualification and skills of the workers. Parity between authority and responsibility. Excess responsibility over authority is not good, as well as excess authority over the responsibility is also not good. There should be the parity between both of them. Principle of discipline. There should be certain rules and regulations, code of conduct, ethics in each and every organization, and every person, whether it is a management group or a workers group, every person have to follow those rules and regulations, otherwise there should be some penalties or punishment. Next one is principle of order. Principle of order means everything should be at their particular places, whether it is a man or material, so that we will not waste our time to find out the things. Next one is principle of unity of command, that is one head and one boss. There should be only one head over one boss. For example, I have given you that there are 2 bosses and 2 bosses are happy, but that executive is unhappy. Just he is taking the instruction from 2 people, and it always creates chaos and confusion in the mind of the executive. Clear? Next one is principle of esprit de corps, spirit of cooperation. There should be the spirit of cooperation, and cooperation should be there between the 2 groups, that is workers group and management group. They both are rivals to each other, but to run an organization smoothly, we have to understand each other. We have to remove this I with we. There should be the team spirit among the workers and management group. And 7th one is principle of unity of direction, means all the departments have to go in the same direction, that is to achieve organizational goal. Every department has its own plan, has their own independent plan, but ultimately they will have to coordinate and cooperate with each other so that they can go in the same direction, that is to achieve organizational goal. So these are the 7 principles. Next 7 principles I will give you in the next video. And these principles are very helpful to run any organization. Students, you should know that not only on national level but on international level these principles are followed. Every organization are following these principles, and those organizations are following these principles, they are successful organization. You can go to different sites or different companies. You will find definitely these principles. So I hope these concepts are clear till now, and in the next video I will tell you the next 7 principles. You can take the screenshot, that's why.